Hi guys, Skinny Minnie here and Phoebe Buffet. We want to welcome you back to Skinny Minnie Meals. Today I am making a lovely chocolatey avocado mousse. This mousse makes about 6 servings and it's about 120 calories. It does have fat in it, but remember it's from avocado, so it's the good fat. So let's hit my kitchen, and Phoebe's going to be on the floor for this one, but she wanted to say hi anyway because she's my little munchkin, right? Alright, let's hit my kitchen. Now, I know there are those puddings out there that you can buy in the store that are fat-free, sugar-free, but I really like to stay away from those now. I was guilty of eating them in the past, but if you look at the labels, they are loaded with sodium. So sometimes they taste like a salt lick too. I went back and had one not too long ago, and I could not believe that I used to eat it. Your taste buds really change a lot when you start eating more wholesome, natural ingredients. So I'm going to use the avocados today. Now, a great trick to seeing if an avocado is ripe, all you have to do is, you know these little stems that are on the edge, you just remove them. If it's yellow on the inside, it's nice and ripe. If it's dark brown, it's too ripe. So you could do the squeeze test too, but sometimes that's not as good, but this is a perfect way to tell if your avocados are nice and ripe. I know, cute little trick. So the great thing about the avocado, you guys know that they are the healthy fats, the good heart healthy fats that, you know, keep us strong, keep our hair and our nails beautiful, and also great for your skin. Now they also have eye protecting elements, meaning that with age our eyes don't degenerate some, and they also have 35% more potassium than a banana. Who knew, right? Cool little fact. Okay, so I'm going to start by slicing open my avocado. Just give it a little ring around. I twist, I open. Look how nice and ripe. Beautiful green. So I'm going to use 2 in this recipe. That one slid right open. Nice and green. Beautiful. Okay. Now, you can use this little bang on the pit trick to get out the avocado middle, but sometimes you have these little leftover parts. Be careful with the knife, especially when you remove the pit. Okay, now we have our avocados, and I'm just going to peel away the back. Usually if they're nice and ripe, it'll just peel right away. Your hands are going to get messy, no worries. I'm going to grab this bowl and just put them in the bowl. Once we add things to this, you're not even going to be able to tell it's avocado. The avocado is pretty much a replacement for butter. It makes things nice and creamy and smooth, and I like the flavor of avocado anyway, so you'll taste it a tiny bit, but for the most part, you won't be able to taste it. Okay, now that I have the avocado in my bowl, I'm just going to mash it a little bit with a fork. Now, this might be a little hard to do because these avocados are just at that ripe spot. You don't want them mushy, you want them nice and ripe. Now, in order to make a mousse, you can use a food processor, you can use a blender. I have a Vitamix, which I pretty much use for as much as I can. But sometimes with these chocolate mousse type recipes and even my almond butters, it's a little bit difficult to get it out of the bottom. So I'm actually going to use a cheapy little hand mixer that I bought from Walmart or Target years ago. So that'll work too. My hands are kind of messy, but let me show you. It's just like a quick mash. Okay, now I transfer this to a big bowl. I'm going to grab some cacao powder. Now, a big question people ask all the time, what's the difference between cacao powder and cocoa powder? Well, cacao powder is the raw form of cocoa powder. So it's more natural, it's the superfood, as we say. And with cocoa powder, you still have remnants of the cocoa butter. So there's a little less of that fat in there. I like it. I feel like the powder is more refined. Maybe it's just me or the brand that I buy. But you can find this at any natural health food store. You can order it online at Amazon like I do. But a lot of stores carry it now, so I get mine at Wegmans nowadays because they do carry it. So I'm going to add a half of a cup of this cacao powder. It's okay to make a mess in the kitchen. It happens. We all do it. Okay, so half a cup goes in. I'm going to add a pinch of salt. I buy this iodized sea salt. Whatever you have on hand is fine. Just a pinch will go in the bowl. Pinch. And this is coconut nectar. We're going to add that. I'm going to whip it first and then I'm going to add in. So things are about to get loud. Excuse that. See, this is just a cheapie. So I try to pick the more in-depth bowls so it doesn't go everywhere. But I'm just going to give it a quick. So to save time here, I'm whipping approximately for 1 minute. And it's going to create that nice fluffy mousse. Okay, as I do this, I'm going to scrape my sides a little bit so everything's getting in there. Now, right now you have about a thick fudge. I have made vegan fudge on my blog before. It's pretty much the same thing, but you pop it in the freezer to give it more of a fudgy consistency. So right now this is very, very thick, as you can see. I'm going to add a little bit of almond milk. If you checked out my blog recently, you probably saw what's in my fridge. I call it What's in My Wednesday, and I pick different things in my life to tell you guys what I keep in them. A few weeks ago I did my gym bag, and this week I did my fridge, so check it out on my blog. It's kind of fun. I like doing it. I'm going to add a half a cup of almond milk. This is the unsweetened almond milk. You can use coconut milk, that's fine. I actually went to the store yesterday for unsweetened coconut milk and they didn't have it. I was really upset, so I went with the almond milk. Okay, so I'm gonna give this one more spin. Remember to scrape the sides because with that deeper bowl, this is so luscious already. When I lick the spoon, it's pretty good. Alright, I'm going to keep spinning. So a minute or so will do it. Now I want to add my sweetener. So I have this coconut nectar. I've talked about this before. You can use agave, you can use honey, or you can use just the liquid stevia, but this gives it a little bit of a thicker consistency, and I really like the sweetness of the coconut nectar. So we are going to add, and it's really thick, guys, so bear with me because it comes out really slow. See how thick that is? Wow. So I'm going to add, here's 1 tablespoon, and you have a heck of a time getting it out. So like, I would say 1.5 tablespoons, because by the time you get the real stuff out, if you load up 2 tablespoons, you're probably really going to get out 1.5 tablespoons. Now, you guys know I love stevia in the raw. It's a natural sweetener. It has 0 calories. I'm going to add 3 teaspoons of stevia in the raw. This baking stevia is not the same as the packets of stevia. If you're going to use packets, I would say only use 2 packets because it's more refined and you're getting a lot more sweetener in that little packet than if you were to use this baking stevia because it's thicker crystals. So I'm going to give that a mix. Actually, I'm going to mix this with my little spatula, mix that in. Last couple things, I'm going to add some pure vanilla extract. I pretty much put vanilla in all my recipes. I really do love it. I do have vanilla beans that taste really great, but I save them for special occasions because they're a little bit pricey and sometimes a little bit difficult to find. So I'm actually going to add almost 1 tablespoon of this. It gives it a lot of flavor. So almost to that tablespoon line. And again, mix this in. You could also, use coconut extract. They have those. They have all kinds of extracts now. They even have butter extract, which I like to use in my fluffs. It gives it kind of like that pie taste. It's really good. Now this was my favorite part as a kid. I know I'm not alone in this. When I was growing up, my mom would make something special in the kitchen and she'd let me go to town. And I may be 28 years old, but there's still a kid in me, so I'm gonna give this a taste. Really good, really rich. You can't go wrong. I'm making a mess. It happened. Okay, so here's the mousse. It's nice and luscious and creamy. It's gonna taste really good. Don't be fooled. Okay, now that I made a mess, it's time to make things pretty. So I bought these cute little mason jars. They're perfect size for snacks from Wegmans. A lot of places have them, the craft stores, many grocery stores. If you look in those middle aisles where they sell a lot of the holiday things, you can find them in there. So I'm actually going to take a spoon because it's going to be easier that way. And I'm going to add my mousse to the jar. These would be great to serve for a dinner party, for a little holiday get-together. Creamy, smooth, and no one's going to know that it's a healthy fat in here. To top it off, I'm going to add in some beautiful sliced strawberries. You can buy frozen, that works too. And here's the finished product. Beautiful. Alright, so another great recipe, my chocolate avocado mousse. I hope you make this for yourself, for your friends. No one's going to know that it's healthy and that it's made from avocados. It tastes great. They're going to say, what is that? But speaking of, what is that? I'm going to dig in right now. I need to get a strawberry in there. Really good, really creamy, luscious. The strawberry adds a little bit of punch and more sweetness and a little bit of zing. It's just the perfect dessert. Make sure you check out my blog, skinnyminniemoves.com, for more recipes. If you have any requests, feel free to shout them out below. And I'll be back soon with another recipe. Bye, guys.